Hello everyone, this is Theodore and you are watching a 3v3 game in Napoleon. On this side of the map, spawning on position 1 defender side, we have Russia played by myself. I am playing with a build which uses three lights and 3 guards, and also I think 4 mounted rifles, yes, and 2 Lance. This is the second game of the best of 5 series that we played, and we are playing on Syrian Ridge, by the way. You can see that there is a lot of dust outside, so this is not so great for troops movement, and you can not see so well. In the center, this is Philip. He is using a build with 3 voltigeurs, the special light, and 2 old guards, I think, yes, and also 5 cavalry units. And on this side, on position 3, we have Great Britain played by Ichi. He is using a build with 3 cavalry units. I haven't seen this one in a while. And 4, I think, no, 5 lights. And we were just thinking what to do at this point, where to deploy. We were thinking that they were all going to rush in the center, so we should deploy accordingly. So I was talking to Philip. We were thinking that maybe we should just go over onto this side and forget about this side of the map. Just play for the center. You will see that it hasn't gone so well, and I don't think I will repeat this deployment anytime soon. But it is what it is. And also this build with the lights is great if you manage to push out the enemy from this cliff, because after that you can really start using your lights. You can place the stakes, you can do whatever you want, but you must first push the enemy. On this side we have Green playing as Portugal. On this side we have Krokil playing as Prussia, and on this side we have Goldie playing as Austria. And you can see that I was wrong, thinking that he will just rush in the center. He played for his position, and yeah. But green is not. Green is thinking to support the middle, just to do that, not playing for this side of the map, or not even this side of the map, or maybe just a little bit, just to defend the flank, but mainly to protect this side of the center. And you can see that this is a very nice spot to fire from and to control. Did I miss something? No. Or maybe I shot once? No. Oh yes. So 5 men died so far, I believe. And this is the first engagement of the game. And France should always win this type of engagement. They have the better cavalry, even though it is lancers charging against shooter cavalry, but in the long run the shooter cavalry wins. And you can see that I position myself on this side of the ridge, trying to shoot the foot guards. There was a bit of lag going on, but not nothing serious. Here I squared because I saw cavalry coming, and you can see that Great Britain has already positioned on this side, shooting some men from Prussia. He's not paying attention, but it's not so bad. On this side, Green is just chilling. He's not doing much for the moment. He's just redeploying. And on this side, I think Goldie was thinking to flank me. He also has some cavalry hidden into the forest somewhere, and he really annoyed me with the Grenzers. I had to retreat so many times because of them, and to keep an eye for them. And because I was using the lights over here, I could not use them here to counter the Grenzers. So the game plan was to conquer the cliff, push them out of this forest, and then see from there whatever we will do. Because we have more cavalry, we thought that we will have an advantage on the hill. And Ichi is bringing more troops to the lake. And these units are a bit bugged. They have no line of sight. And it is not such a great position for us. You can see that I had to give up this side to retreat a little bit because of the Grenzers. But now I am thinking of pushing again, and once I decided to push, he always pulls back. I am trying to take as many lights with me as possible with this mounted rifle units, and also to shoot with this unit. But it's gonna be a while until we manage to shoot, I guess. So the main action is really happening in the center of the map. And since we are not doing so great, I was not doing so great, I'm not sure about Philip. He's just holding. I was not so sure how to proceed from this moment on. Alright. And you can see that the lights are already damaged. The Russian lights are going to town against the Russian lights. Shooting a bit uphill, missing many shots, but some of them are getting through. And they are shooting downhill. I think it's a bit better for the Russian lights to shoot uphill because they are not getting seen by the Russian lights so good. And right now I am charging. He's making squares all over the map. He also has some Hungarian Fusiliers to help him out because they have better melee statistics. And you can see that we are charging a lot of time onto the hill, so we got the tip of the hill, but they are standing on the edge of it, not giving up, not fighting for it on the equal foot. Let's watch this volley. And you can also see that the Grenzers are being annoying again, and I just have to have a good reaction time against them. Once they move, I need to pull back and to just form like a circle around them, semicircle. Onto this side, Ichi is not engaging much. Portugal is bringing more and more troops to the fight in the center, and yeah, I am also bringing every cavalry that I have as time goes by into the center, and we just try to fight off in this forest. We figure that it's not good to push much in this forest because they will have a better sight at us, shooting from many more angles if we come down the hill. So just staying on the tip of the hill, it's the best strategy, and once they push with the lights, we just need to charge them and then come back. And we need to fight like that. You can see that the Grenzers still try to snipe us. I don't think they have good range against us, they do not see us. And you can see that the cavalry is forcing some of our troops to square. Especially on the hill, it's... Oh, I think... No, I did not shoot. But I got shot a bit, right? By the French cavalry. No. And the Portuguese cavalry is bravely charging. I think they took out some of the British lights, and they suffered some casualties, as I can see. I'm not sure if to the Portuguese cavalry or to the cazadores. And now Philip's braves are chasing, but he has a good reaction time. He's not chasing any longer. So yeah, right now I think we are pushing down the hill a bit. We are trying to snipe the Prussian Fusiliers, which are being very annoying, and I was just not happy with this position. Alright. The Grenzers do not have much to fire upon right now, because I just retreated and they cannot see any infantry, and I also position myself here to flank them if needed, so they do not take a toll on us any longer. I think the French voltigeurs did overall a pretty good job on the hill. They stayed alive for such a long time. And you can see cavalry again marching on the hill, keeping me in square. But we are also keeping them in square. And this is a great charge by the chasseurs à cheval. Also charging through, I believe, through the unit. Yeah, they just want to get to the Prussian Fusiliers. That's their dream target. And I guess the old guard do not have ammunition any longer, and they just want to get to the lights as well. Because the Prussian lights, this is their main asset to the Prussian army, the Prussian lights, aside from the guards that they have. Where is this general? Oh, here. As a note, you should know that it's a good idea to keep your general close to the battlefield. You do not want him to be in danger of getting sniped. You need to be careful to so he is safe, but you also need to keep him as close as possible so he can rally the troops when needed. And nothing is happening over here. You will see that as time goes by we will just pull back our troops to fight in this area, not really being able to engage one another because of the forest. He cannot engage me because I sit in a forest, and I cannot engage him because, well, he has some cavalry over here. He is matching my units, and he just wants to replace this unit with this one, which is less healthier, and to make it into the middle with it. And the French voltigeurs still have ammunition. They are still firing. I'm not sure how good of a side they have. I guess they are killing something, aren't they? They are a bit exhausted though. They're also killing the hill. And Ichi, not knowing what else to do, he's trying to position his lights as well to fire at the cazadores. And you can see that half of Green's army, half of Portugal's army is here. He's not really preparing for a push on this side, but Ichi has more troops over here, so we just thought, okay, it's not going great for us. If the game continues in this manner, we will probably lose because we will have no more troops to sustain our attack, and if nothing happens over here we will probably lose. So we need to push from this side and to sweep off the Portuguese army. And right here I tried to get a glimpse at the Grenzers, and they are retreating as I do that. Right now I'm trying to focus fire, but they are just drunk. They do not know what to do, and they got out of range. They needed to run a bit for them, but it's not a good idea, because he has more Grenzers to fight off my musketeers, and I value my musketeers. But I guess that leaves Philip Polish Legion a bit exposed. So he was telling me at this point, push with more of your units, I am getting targeted. And right now we are meleeing the Prussian Fusiliers, and not so many of them are still alive. Just 2 units are healthy, 3 actually. And the Portuguese cavalry is charging again on the hill. Maybe they will charge into the stakes if they do not see. Some of them got into the stakes. It's always pleasing to see this extra value that you have with voltigeurs. Even if they do not come through the stakes, you just deny them this side of the hill. You tell them this path is blocked unless you want to die. So the stakes are really valuable, and you can also use them as trenches if you want. Like you can cover your troops very well with them. Because the game somehow works this way. If you shoot at the infantry which is behind the stakes, they have some sort of cover. The bullets, many of the bullets hit the stakes. And this is a bit weird, but it is what it is. And yeah, you can see that we are still fighting on the hill. It is a long battle on the hill. If we have played, all of us would have played for our positions, this would have been over already. But we prefer the long game, I guess. Do the Voltigeurs still have ammunition? Yes, they do, and they are still shooting the hill, I think. And you can see now that Ichi is preparing to push, and Green is moving his infantry better into the position, redeploying. And I think Ichi still has not used his cavalry, so he can use it to push. And this is great what Ichi is doing, just cutting off this side of the map, so the Portuguese do not reinforce themselves over here. And I'm not sure why he's not pushing it out, because he doesn't have fencibles into the position. Once you have fencibles, you can use them as a mid shield, because they are less valuable, and you can draw the fire from the lines, and then you can push with the rest of your army and with the cavalry. Here you can see that the Hungarians are pushing us over, and I am also trying to flank them. And you can see a cavalry battle over here. Well, not a cavalry battle, it's just our cavalry against their infantry. And I am also meleeing some of their troops. It's always great to charge downhill, even if you are a bit tired. It is still great. The game works in this way that the downhill charges are doing great damage. And you can see that the Austrian general finally arrived on the battlefield, and he rallied his troops because they needed some courage. And now Ichi has prepared his assault. Green gave up the fight for the forest. He didn't fight much for it, and I guess he's just going to retreat, fight on this plain, and Ichi will try to flank him out. See how good is that. And this is not good. The Brits are moving into the Portuguese charge, and I think this is worth it, even if they got shot by the Rangers. They have done some good damage. But the British cavalry are sweeping in, cutting off the Grenzers. This is great for us, and Philip is also meleeing the Grenzers. It's nice to get good pickoffs at the Grenzers, and right now I'm trying to charge the general to pick off this unit with my 38 men. But I'm getting stuck into the squares, and I'm also spamming the clicks at this moment to snipe the general. It would have been very funny to see me at that moment. And you can see they have only 5 men left. And right now the Voltigeurs have a good sight on the infantry, the Portuguese infantry. and the Great Britain is duly pushing the Portuguese, which gave up the fight entirely. I don't understand why they did not want to fight for this side of the map and neither for the center. They just give up the position. It's not so great for them. I guess they thought they could just defend over onto this side, but they give us this important area to shoot from, and the voltigeurs are taking advantage of it almost instantly. And yeah, I think we thought that it is better to push a bit to be more aggressive, get more down the hill right now, because we are also pushing over here, and British cavalry is pushing the cazadores and forcing squares all over the map. And I think it will be better for Ichi to run, which he is doing. And the opposing team doesn't have much cavalry left. They used it in the center mainly, but neither do we. And right now we just need to use it very wisely. Because cavalry in the end of the game, when nobody has cavalry, could be really dangerous for anyone. And I think this is a throw-off by the Portuguese cavalry. They didn't need to charge this way. They're not accomplishing much. They just force the squares, but nobody is here to shoot the squares. It is what it is. Man, you have 20 units starting off, so you cannot keep track of all of your army all the time, right? And right now, I think this is my last cavalry unit. I'm trying to force squares everywhere so Ichi can push, but he did not see that there is a hill over here, so he will shoot at this hill before he realizes. And one general got sniped. It's Green's general. Ichi did a great job, and also this general died recently, I believe. So this cavalry did the overwork. They did what I didn't manage to do with the Uhlans. And I am again forcing squares, and I saw that the Uhlans are charging, so I counter-charged them. I think their Uhlans are better, but I'm not sure. Or they are just the same. And the Prussian general staff is charging. Their general is dead, so they do not have much of a value. They are just cuirassiers. And the Uhlans are also bravely charging. And they are doing good damage, I believe. So Ichi is desperately trying to pick off the Uhlans. And these Uhlans as well are charging. This is not so great for us. But we are charging downhill the Hungarians, which is okay, even with cavalry. Even if they are exhausted, it is still worth it if they are also exhausted or very tired. And Ichi is not double lining, but I guess this is a fine engagement, nevertheless. Or maybe it is not, because Green is double lining and he is shooting from this side as well. This is not good. But we are doing great stuff over here. Philip is almost dead, as I am also. But I think at this point, the Uhlans are fighting the general staff from me and Philip's army. But I think once we have conquered this forest a little bit more, we are able to do more damage to the Hungarians and to the remnants of the other armies. And this is a good position for me. I am just going to shoot, and I think I can also shoot over the head of my own people if I position well enough. Not sure about that. But Ichi saw that he's losing a lot of his men and he just pulled back. And we are fighting on this side, just shooting from the forest, outside of the forest. It is also great to do that, because the forest does provide good cover, and once the cavalry is out of sight, out of mind, the lights, the British lights which are still alive, are going to town against whatever is left. And I believe this has won us the game. If they were not here, it would have been very hard for us to do anything from now on. Because the Portuguese can also push, and I don't understand this engagement from Great Britain, to be honest. You can see that Portuguese are double lining, and they're also charging over here. But it's good. It's okay. And right now, I think I charged the Emperor's own regiment, and if I remember well, they do not have great melee stats. They can just shoot better than the Hungarians. And as of now, we have gained some advantage on the field. We have more troops left. And the Portuguese, which have no more ammunition, are charging the lights. And I'm not sure what is going on over here. I think Ichi is shooting some of my troops. But that's fine. I'm also trying to snipe the last general on the field of the opposing army. Not really managing to do so, but I'm pushing him off the field. And right now I'm reforming my troops because I see Ichi is over here. And at this stage of the game, we know that we have more troops left and we are most likely winning. And honestly, I don't think we should have won this. We were not doing so great until in the middle and in the early stage of the game. I think they were doing more damage to us than we were doing to them. But then Ichi pushed on this side, and I didn't see what it was happening, but it seems like Green didn't want to fight Ichi, and he just pushed him, and he didn't want to fight over here as well, so they gave up this entire position, which made us better in the end. This is the battle statistics. You can see that Philip has done the most amount of damage, but this was a team effort really. Nothing could have been done without the other. This is the second game of the best of 5, as I have said, and I'm going to record the next one pretty soon, so stay tuned. Goodbye.